Hey guys, Johnny from Bachelor Security Survival. This week we're going to cover one of three-part series we decided to do on disaster planning. The first one will be disaster recognition. Let's do this. Alright guys, the first chapter of this whole series we're going to do is on disaster recognition, like I said. And disaster recognition is simply identifying whatever factor is affecting your sustainability to survive, I guess you could say. So it could be, say, a solar flare or a major earthquake or civil unrest due to economic collapse, zombies, maybe. So I'm going to use, probably not, but maybe I'm going to use Yellowstone caldera. I use that one a lot, Yellowstone caldera. Caldera is an underground magma chamber, kind of like an underground volcano. Take a volcano, flip it over, and that's the kind of thing that's going to happen. It could blow up. And that's one of those super volcanoes that could catastrophically could change the world. Anyway, so we're going to take the Yellowstone caldera, and one of those things are your identification to recognize what's going on. Disaster recognition is a trigger. What triggered your sense? What's going on? Your prepper sense tingling. What is going to happen or what is happening that's causing it? So let's say seismic activity. The USGS is like, okay, well there's more. There's an issue. Even minor explosions. Maybe there was a minor explosion. There's a pit that opened up, kind of like a inverted volcano, starts spitting ash into the air. That recognition, you need to recognize that. You need to decide what are you gonna do after seeing that event. So you watch it on the news, you hear it, see it on Facebook, hear it on the radio, read it in the newspaper. You read a newspaper, maybe, I don't know, not very many people do anymore. But you see these events occurring in line. You see the first thing, the seismic activity, like I said. See the next thing, the increased seismic activity, USGS says it. Now you see this thing opening up in the ground. All these triggers, all these things are in line now, and you should think to yourself, should I get out? And that is a huge part of that disaster recognition. And there's minor things you need to think about too. I mean, not everything you're going to see, now on the flip side of course, not everything you're going to see is a disaster recognition key, okay? Don't go, oh god dang, oh my god, there's a seismic activity in Yellowstone. Quit your job, buy 1,000 pounds of beans, throw it in your car, and head out into the field. No, not yet. Don't do that yet. But the first thing is maybe that seismic activity. Like I said, that's a start. That is your first trigger. And like I said, other things too, like economic collapse. But even take the 2016 election we're going through right now with Trump and Hillary Clinton. That's a trigger for me. That is definitely one of my triggers. Even though it's 6 months away, right? What was it now? 4 months away, maybe? Yeah, my triggers are off. My timing on my triggers are off, but I still have triggers. So this trigger is this election, and now we're even now, if you guys are watching the news or reading the newspapers or Facebook, Twitter, whatever you guys want to use, you guys are seeing riots just from them talking. I mean, that's riots just from them coming out and trying to campaign. What's going to happen if Trump wins? Widespread riots? Clinton. I mean, I don't want it to be one side or the other. I mean, we're damned if we do, damned if we don't situation right now, I think, but that's a whole nother video, maybe another whole nother channel, but that's a trigger. That's what I'm talking about. If you could recognize a situation like that, apply it to your disaster recognition, and that will increase your chances of survival. Like I said, it could be anything. You can pay attention to the news. You got to pay attention to what you think, or keep your ear to the ground, or nose the wind, smell it coming a little bit, if you will. And that's what will trigger your recognition, your triggers. I keep saying trigger. Get that in your mind. These are your triggers, your spider senses, or your prepper senses kicking in. These are the things you need to think about if it hits you. If it's wrong or if it feels wrong, don't brush it off. If it feels wrong, don't brush it off. Think of it, feel it, take it in. I mean, would you get in an elevator with Jason Voorhees with a machete wearing a mask? Like, no, cool, it's late, I'm gonna do it. No, you see Jason Voorhees in an elevator with a machete? Don't get on it. That's a trigger, man. That's a huge trigger. I mean, everything we're facing right now is not going to be that big. I mean, you're going to have small things like that, but that is the main thing for disaster recognition. Disaster recognition is strictly seeing it, evaluating the steps up to it, and then the next step will be your response. And that's a later video. Hey guys, That was part 1 of a 3-part series on disaster planning. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, please click like and subscribe. Go ahead and head over to our badgersns.com website. We got some cool stuff over there, some good blogs. Gonna have a store opening up soon. Got some cool survival gear we can put out for you guys. Until next time, make yourself ready.